Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy arrived at the White House on February 28, 2025. It was a high-stakes visit. The world watched, hoping for signs of progress in the ongoing conflict with Russia. A key item on the agenda was a proposed minerals deal. This deal promised to grant the United States greater access to Ukraine's reserves of rare earth minerals. These minerals are essential for advanced technology, making them strategically important. However, the hope for a successful negotiation quickly unraveled. The Oval Office became the setting for a heated exchange. The deal was off. President Zelenskyy left without signing the agreement. President Donald Trump, known for his direct communication style, did not hold back in his criticism of President Zelenskyy. He accused the Ukrainian leader of disrespect. Trump felt Zelenskyy had not shown proper appreciation for the substantial aid the United States had provided since the war began. More concerningly, Trump argued that Zelenskyy's stance on Russia was jeopardizing peace negotiations. He claimed that Zelenskyy's deep distrust of Russian President Vladimir Putin was a roadblock to diplomacy. Trump went so far as to declare himself neutral in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, a statement that sent shockwaves through the international community. The tense atmosphere in the Oval Office escalated further with the intervention of Vice President J.D. Vance. Vance, known for his sharp intellect and unwavering loyalty to President Trump, directly rebuked President Zelenskyy. He argued that Zelenskyy was wrong to publicly question Russia's trustworthiness. Vance believed this undermined the delicate process of negotiation. In a moment of pointed criticism, Vance told Zelenskyy he should simply express gratitude for the support provided by the United States. This comment, interpreted by some as a demand for unquestioning allegiance, further strained the already fragile relationship between the two leaders. President Zelenskyy, no stranger to pressure, stood his ground. He argued that his distrust of Putin was not rooted in personal animosity, but in bitter experience. Zelenskyy pointed to a history of broken ceasefires and agreements. He argued that Putin's words were rarely matched by his actions. Zelenskyy's main concern was the security of his nation. He feared that a hastily negotiated peace, one that lacked strong security guarantees for Ukraine, would simply allow Russia to regroup and prepare for future aggression. Zelenskyy's plea for understanding and for a peace built on solid foundations fell on deaf ears that day in the Oval Office. The meeting ended as abruptly as it had begun. The minerals deal remained unsigned. President Zelenskyy departed the White House, leaving behind a sense of unease and uncertainty. The world watched as President Trump took to social media, his preferred method of communication, to air his grievances. Trump's message was clear. Zelenskyy was not ready for peace and had shown disrespect to the United States. Zelenskyy, for his part, used social media to thank the United States for its support. He reiterated Ukraine's desire for peace, but not at any cost. The question on everyone's mind was whether this very public display of discord signaled a fracture in the crucial partnership between the United States and Ukraine. The immediate aftermath of the meeting was a whirlwind of reactions and recriminations. Within the United States, the political divide seemed to deepen. Democrats were quick to criticize the administration's handling of the situation. Some accused Trump and Vance of playing into Putin's hands. Veteran Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, though often aligned with the administration, voiced doubts about the future of the U.S.-Ukraine relationship under these circumstances. Across the Atlantic, European leaders expressed concern and offered support for Zelenskyy. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni issued statements backing Ukraine and emphasizing the need for a united front against Russian aggression. Meloni went a step further, calling for a U.S.-European summit to address the growing rift and coordinate a unified response. The failed meeting had exposed cracks in the transatlantic alliance at a time when unity was paramount. To fully grasp the significance of the failed minerals deal, it is essential to understand the context of U.S. aid to Ukraine. Since the outbreak of the conflict, the United States had committed over $180 billion in assistance to Ukraine. This aid encompassed a wide range of support, including military equipment, humanitarian assistance, and economic aid. President Trump had repeatedly framed the proposed minerals deal as a matter of fairness. He argued that Ukraine should reciprocate the generosity of the United States. The rare earth minerals found in Ukraine are vital for various high-tech industries, including defense manufacturing and renewable energy. Securing access to these resources is of strategic importance to the United States. However, critics of the deal argued that Trump was prioritizing economic interests over the need to present a united front against Russian aggression. The breakdown of negotiations during President Zelensky's visit was not an isolated incident. It unfolded against a backdrop of increasingly strained relations between the United States and Ukraine. Prior to the meeting, President Trump had engaged in a series of diplomatic moves that raised concerns in Kyiv and among U.S. allies. He had held a phone call with President Putin, the content of which remained undisclosed, fueling speculation about potential concessions to Russia. Furthermore, the United States had participated in meetings with Russian officials in Saudi Arabia, notably excluding both European and Ukrainian representatives. These actions, coupled with Trump's history of making controversial statements about the conflict, created an atmosphere of distrust and uncertainty. The failed minerals deal and the very public discord between President Trump and President Zelensky marked a low point in U.S.-Ukraine relations. The implications of this diplomatic debacle are far-reaching and demand careful consideration. The future of the transatlantic alliance appears uncertain. The resolve of the international community in the face of Russian aggression is being tested. And the Ukrainian people, caught in the crossfire of geopolitical maneuvering, continue to show resilience and determination in the face of unimaginable hardship. As we move forward, it is incumbent upon us all, citizens and leaders alike, to reflect on the events that transpired and to engage in thoughtful dialogue about how to best support a just and lasting peace in Ukraine. What are your thoughts on the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations? Share your insights and opinions in the comments below.